Before using the Dakstats football software for the first time, Daktronics suggests a few simple steps to help make in-game use easy and efficient. Be familiar with the program. It is highly recommended that users take time to familiarize themselves with the program before game time. Some helpful hints include practice taking stats while watching game film, identify the location of buttons associated with the most common plays, print out a play-by-play report from a demo game, and then re-enter it to learn what buttons and steps were used to follow the play-by-play action. It is also important to have a good spotter. The spotter is the person who watches the games and tells the operator the plays as they happen, so the Dakstats operator can concentrate on entering stats rather than looking back and forth between the game and computer screen. Having a spotter who pays close attention to the game and has a good understanding of the game will help the user more quickly enter data into the Dakstats football program. It is also helpful to have pens and paper handy in case the operator falls behind entering stats or if there are any technical difficulties. You are now ready to begin using Dakstats football. Go to File, Open Game. In the Open Game window, select the correct season and game and click OK. The user can also open a game from the main Dakstats football screen by double-clicking the game listed in the Schedule section. If a certain game does not appear in the list, return to the Configure Game screen to make sure the game was created in the correct season. Once the game is opened, users are able to begin entering statistics into the Dakstats football program. Play-by-play mode is the recommended mode of operation as it allows the user to enter plays as they happen. Operators are able to input stats by selecting game commands and then enter specific information when prompted. Prompts will default to the most common choice. The play-by-play screen is available to users throughout the game and remains available when the game is finished. The user can enter plays using the keyboard only, mouse only, or a combination of keyboard and mouse. To use the mouse to enter plays, click on the play buttons and then click on the appropriate players under the Rosters tab on the entry screen. To use the keyboard to enter plays, select the play buttons by typing the letter underlined on the appropriate button and then type the player's number. Operators tend to use a combination of both mouse and keyboard shortcuts to enter plays during a game. The first play the user will input when beginning a game is the kickoff. Depending on which team won the coin toss, users may need to change the team that is kicking off. To determine what team has possession of the ball within the software, look for the football icon next to the abbreviation of the team in the line score window. To quickly change possession, go to Game Control and click Possession Home or Possession Guest. To begin, enter the number of the player who is kicking off. Select which kind of kick it was, either kickoff or onside kick. Next, select how the ball was received by choosing Returned, Fair Catch, Touchback, or Out of Bounds. Enter the number of the player who received, returned, or recovered the ball. From where will be set by the chosen rows file. Enter what yard line the ball was kicked to, either by typing in the value or clicking the location on the field. Click or press Enter to continue. It is important to pay close attention to yardage. Fields that yardage should be entered into are accompanied by a button labeled with the team abbreviation. Clicking these buttons switches the side of the field the yardage corresponds to. The next step is to select the result of the kickoff return by choosing Tackle, No Tackle, Out of Bounds, Fumble, Lateral, Safety, or Touchdown. Depending on which result is chosen, a specific group of prompts will appear. Enter the remaining information as needed and then click or press Enter. To enter a rushing play, select the Rush tab. Enter the rushing player's number. Select what type of rush the play was, a handoff, pitch, option, sweep, draw, reverse, keeper, scramble, kneel down, or sack. Next, select how the rush ended. Choose tackle, no tackle, out of bounds, fumble, lateral, safety, or touchdown. Depending on which result is chosen, a specific group of prompts will appear. Enter the remaining information as needed, and then click or press enter. It is important to note that with a fumble selected, an additional rushing play must be entered for the player who recovered the ball. Also, if a play was entered as a sack and there was a fumble, the forced or tackle player must be selected in order to record the sack. To enter a pass play, select the Pass tab. Enter the passer number followed by the number of the player who caught the ball. Next, select the type of pass play that occurred. If the pass is completed, enter the details of what happened after the completed pass. Was there a tackle? Was the receiver forced out of bounds? Was there a fumble after the reception? Or did the play result in a touchdown? Click or press enter after the play is entered. If the pass was intercepted, enter who intercepted the pass. After entering the interception, the user must then enter a rushing play for the interceptor. Record the additional information as needed for the other pass play options. Click or press enter when finished. It is important to note that with fumble or intercepted selected, users must enter a rushing play for the receiver or interceptor. To enter a punt, select the Punt tab. Enter the punter's number. Next, select what happened to the punt. If it was good, select the outcome of the punt. Was it returned, downed? Was there a fair catch or touchback, or did the punt go out of bounds? If the punt was returned, enter the player number of who returned the punt. In the Punt To text box, type in the yard line where the receiver caught the punt and then click or press enter. Next, select what happened to the returner. Unless the receiver returned the punt for a touchdown, in the Ball On text box, type in the yard line where the punt was returned to. Click or press enter to complete the entry. To enter a field goal, select the Field Goal tab. Enter the number of the field goal kicker. Next, select the field goal type. If it was good, click or press enter to record the play. If the kick was blocked, enter the player who blocked the kick and the player that recovered the ball. Next, enter the yard line where the ball was recovered at and click or press enter. Finally, select what happened to the player that recovered the ball and enter the yard line that the ball is on. Click or press enter to complete the entry. To enter a penalty, select the Penalty tab. Next, choose a penalty action, either change down, repeat down, or first down. In the Penalty On text box, enter the player number that committed the penalty or enter TM for team penalty. TM is typically used for high school penalties as the referees rarely announce the player number the penalty was on. The penalty type is optional. To see a list of penalty types, click the button with the two double arrows to view or select a penalty type. Finally, enter where the penalty was enforced from and what yard line the ball is on following the penalty. Click or press enter to complete the entry. After a touchdown is entered, the Dakstats football program automatically changes to the PAT tab. First, enter the player number going for the PAT. Select the type of extra point play that was executed, either a kick, rush, or pass. Next, select if it was good, no good, or blocked. Click or press enter to complete the entry. It is important to note that with a blocked kick, a fumble, or interception selected, users must enter an additional rushing play for the players who recovered the ball. The Edit menu allows users to manually edit stats, rebuild stats, and check for errors. Play-by-play can be edited simply by clicking on a previous play and making the appropriate changes. To edit a play that has already been entered, left-click on the entry in the play-by-play section on the left-hand side of the screen. Once the play is selected, the players involved will turn yellow along with the cancel button. Edit the play as necessary and click or press enter to save the changes. If a mistake is made, users can also delete the last play by going to Edit, Delete Last Down, or clicking the Delete Last Down button on the main toolbar. It is recommended that once a play is edited, that the user rebuild the stats. To rebuild stats, go to Edit, Rebuild Stats. Click the Go button to begin rebuilding the entire game. Users are able to check a game for statistical errors by going to Edit, Check for Errors. Any errors found will be bolded in the play-by-play commentary, and the total number of issues will appear in the lower left corner of the window. Hovering the mouse over a bolded play will also display the suspected issue. Click the play to edit as needed, and then go to Edit, Check for Errors again. Fixing one issue may trigger changes that resolve several other issues down the line. The game control menu allows users to start the next quarter, end a game, balance the stats, swap team sides, and toggle team possession. At the end of a quarter, go to Game Control, Quarter Finished to begin a new quarter. At the end of a game, go to Game Control, Game Finished to end the game. It is important to note that the user cannot uncheck Game Finished once it has been checked. However, if the user needs to, the Game Finished status can be removed by deleting the last down. After ending the game, the Dakstats program will ask the user to update the team win or team loss record or game duration. Click No to skip the screen, or click Yes to update the information. If Yes is clicked, the game information screen will appear. The user can then update any game information shown. Go to Game Control Balance, or click the icon at the top of the application screen to have Dakstats Football ensure statistics are properly balanced. A green check mark indicates stats are correctly balanced, while a red X indicates a statistical disagreement. To change which side of the field each team should be on, go to Game Control Swap Teams, or click the icon at the top of the application screen to change each team's direction and defending goal. Dakstats Football allows users to view and print a wide variety of reports to help assess player and team statistics. The reports are produced as HTML files for easy transfer and email. Users are able to generate game reports when a game is finished or while it is still open. Once these reports are created, they will open as an HTML file and can then be printed during instances such as quarter breaks, halftime, timeouts, or at the end of a game. To print in-game reports, go to File, Print in-game. In the Select Report window, check one or more of the desired report types. Under the Include Quarters section, select each quarter to include in the report. Selecting Output as Combined File will show all reports on a single page. Enable Force Page Breaks to ensure each report appears on its own sheet of paper when printed. Click Print, and the report will open in the default Internet browser. Click a link, and a stat printout will appear. Typically, going to File, Print within the Internet browser will create a hard copy printout of the report. Users are also able to print cumulative season statistic reports. To print season reports, go to File, Print Season. The Printouts window will appear. On the Competitions tab, select the Team Report sub-tab button. Select the season, the team, and the type of game. Next, select the Team Reports tab. Select the desired reports and click Go. A list of reports will appear in the default internet browser. Click a link and a stat printout will appear. Typically going to File, Print within the internet browser will create a hard copy printout of the report. Dakstats Football can also generate player career reports. For more information on how to generate career reports, reference the Dakstats Football manual located under the Help menu on the main Dakstats window.